Welcome to another episode of Vintage-Audio-Chronicles. Today's featured discussion is Nakamichi. Nakamichi was founded in 1948 by Etsuro Nakamichi in Tokyo, Japan, initially as a research and development company and OEM manufacturer. Over the years, Nakamichi was primarily a family business with multiple family members holding a number of different positions in the company. In the 50s and 60s, Nakamichi developed and manufactured tape decks for other companies, allowing it to build expertise in tape mechanism design. In 1973, Nakamichi introduced its own branded products, including the Nakamichi 700 and 1000, the world's first three-head cassette deck, which earned the company much recognition in the hi-fi audio market. It featured three heads, user-adjustable azimuth for tape matching, and a frequency response extending out 20 kilohertz, which was beyond anything else in the market. At the time, cassette recorders used only two heads, an erase head and a combination record playback head. Even though reel-to-reel decks were using separate record and playback heads, the cassette industry was content with using the combination record playback head. This resulted in limited frequency response and higher distortion than what could be obtained with separate heads. The head gaps needed to be different for recording and playback functions if optimal performance was to be obtained. Nakamichi realized this and pioneered the use of three-head cassette decks. The Model 1000 was followed by the 1000 ZXL, which added an advanced computer-aided calibration system called ABLE, Azimuth, Bias, Level, and EQ. It was a flagship model that featured a three-head design, dual capstan drive, and a unique three-layer mechanism. It was lauded for its high-end performance. After Etsuro's Nakamichi's passing in 1982, Niro Nakamichi, who was chief engineer at the time, took over the company. He led the development of the Dragon cassette deck, which became an industry reference for its advanced technology and was the first Nakamichi audio cassette deck engineered with a bidirectional playback capability and the world's first production tape recorder with an automatic azimuth correction system. Even today, it continues to be seen as one of the most iconic audio products of all time. In 1981, Nakamichi launched the TX-1000 turntable, featuring the absolute center search system, which could correct for out-of-center vinyl records, similar to the auto azimuth correction in their cassette decks. A couple years later, Nakamichi introduced the Dragon version of the turntable, and that also received very favorable reviews. By all accounts, it was a breakthrough product, but it was expensive, and consumer interest was beginning to wane due to the interest in CDs. The company struggled to adapt to the rise of digital music in the 80s, which led to a decline in its market position and led to a series of ownership changes. However, the company continued to release numerous high-performance audio products and expanded into other areas like high-end receivers, amplifiers, and car audio systems. In 1990, Nakamichi launched the Dragon CD player, featuring a 7-disc CD changer, exotic rosewood panels, and Nakamichi's Music Bank mechanism, a groundbreaking innovation that minimized vibration and ensured high-quality CD audio playback. It is highly sought after by audio purists and collectors even to this day. Today, Nakamichi is a subsidiary of a Chinese holding company. Products in Nakamichi name only are manufactured in China, producing mostly soundbars and home theater products today. My connection to Nakamichi is via the OMS-7, which was a relatively high-end CD player known for its excellent build quality and analog sound, though it is known to have various reliability issues. Common problems included laser failure and mechanical issues, and as issues with not reading discs. It is highly regarded for its performance and praised for its analog-sounding audio, particularly with its dual DACs. I inherited my OMS-7 in the 90s when a neighbor upgraded his CD player and gave me his. It has worked well for me over the years, and has worked fine for me recently after a thorough cleaning. The OMS-7 utilizes a 176.4 kilohertz oversampling and analog output filters. The drive mechanism is mounted on a zinc alloy die casting suspended on coil springs, which allows it to float free from a disc loading mechanism chassis. I have to say it's quite a nice sounding CD player, but most test reports at the time indicated that its actual performance was rather average compared to other players at the time. It's amazing how heavy this player actually is. Nakamichi was certainly a pioneer in the audio industry, especially when it came to its Dragon-developed products. Sadly, like most vintage audio companies, it exists in name only and manufactures products solely out of China. I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you next time.